I just spent a good chunk of my week doing some holiday prep with some clients who are in recovery or maybe having quite a bit of stress leading up to the holiday season. So I thought, what not a better time than now to jump on and share some of these pieces in case it could be helpful to somebody. So we are close enough yet far away from the holidays to start to think about what our boundaries may be surrounding the holiday season. It's a really great time to take a look at what's on the calendar, what are potential options, and to really start to plan out what would be okay and healthy to attend versus what would not. I think today we live in the realm where everyone's going through something. And so expectations, we just have to be in awareness of what's expected to us and when a boundary needs to be set and when we simply can't. So the best boundary is the art of just saying no. If there is something that is really creating a lot of stress or anxiety or pressure, if you feel could put you in jeopardy for your recovery or the work you've been focusing on this year, just simply say no. That's a boundary in itself. If you're planning on going to some events and let's say you are in recovery or nervous about, people that will be there, whatever's creating challenges, make a plan on how long you want to stay. And in recovery, if you're going to be surrounded by drinking, it can be a great idea to show up late. It's certainly helpful to have a recovery buddy, somebody that's in awareness that you're going through something or that you've made some specific changes, and maybe have a bit of a plan with a recovery buddy. So somebody that is in awareness, let's say you're being sober, and says, let's do a check-in every 15 to 20 minutes, or let's plan that if you are having a moment of challenge or vulnerability that you just come to me and we'll go for a walk around the house or go outside for some air. So it can be just as simple as problem solving and planning with somebody ahead of time so you feel prepared to enter some social environments. Another thing is to practice saying no in the moment. So if somebody is offering a drink and you're in recovery, or even if you're on certain types of medication for your mental health, you can come up with a polite excuse, or you can just say, no, I'm not doing that this year. So it's up to you, but I oftentimes find that practicing in the mirror helps us to build confidence. So when we're in the moment, it's automatic. We've practiced it. We know what to say. Another thing is, if you are going to some events, it's great to have an exit strategy. If you're in recovery, it would be wonderful if you could just drive yourself or have a very specific plan of getting to and from places. That way you can leave if you need to. You can also come up with an excuse to share with people. I have to get up early the next day. I have a family commitment. I have to feed the cat. They weren't feeling so well. So it's also okay to come up with a polite excuse as to why you need to leave or can't be there. If you're planning to attend holiday parties, it can be great to come up with a mocktail, that cranberry ginger ale, or that Mary Bubbly is a good choice, which is carbonated water. So it can be important to come prepared with your own beverages. A lot of people lean towards non-alcoholic beverages as well. So you have a lot of options. And sometimes I encourage people to bring snacks of their choice, right? So they know that they can go to the things that they feel connected to. Another option, a self-soothing kit, is when we have a few things accessible to ourselves to foster regulation and putting our system at ease. So it can be like carrying a cotton ball or having a nice bracelet or one of those anxiety rings or a regular ring, anything that you can fiddle with in order to provide comfort, distraction, avoidance, So self-soothing kit is something you can look up if you want some further examples, but I oftentimes recommending bringing 2 or 3 things around with you. The most important part about the holiday season is to stick to your routine. So holidays are designed to take us out of the routine, so make sure that you're focusing on exercise, healthy eating, getting outside in nature, connecting with people, go back to the basics and keep those flowing. It's also a time to practice gratitude and recognizing the things that you have accomplished and overcome with your year, as the year has been difficult for many. You can also be grateful for the people around you, even those that are honoring space or those that are supporting you in your recovery or your journey. It's also about being kind to yourself. Self-compassion is really important around the holidays. I remind folks oftentimes that just because a holiday or an anniversary or birthday, an event comes up, it does not necessarily mean that your feelings and challenges change. So it is about showing up for you, and it's making choices for yourself, and it's also validating the difficulty that the holidays can bring. My last reminder to folks is to be in awareness of your spending. This holiday is designed to really foster that ugly word debt. So spend within your means. Don't rack credit cards up too high. Be in awareness of what your amount is on your credit card now and how long it will take you to pay back. So as a private practitioner, I oftentimes evaluate things in terms of clients. So how many clients would I need to see in order to pay this off on top of my other expenses? Because remember, those don't stop either. So it could be a good time to do some budgeting if you haven't already, and to really ensure that the next few weeks are not about impulse purchasing. And it's also important to remind yourself that giving time and energy and love is one of the most valuable gifts that we can receive. So it's not always about the material items and the luxuries. Those are short-term bursts of happiness. They never end up lasting too long. So just some holiday reminders for everybody. And the last piece I'll say is reach out for support when you need. Therapists, counselors, clinicians can be on holidays. Sometimes just sending an email and making yourself accountable, something to come back to. Also be mindful there are lots of crisis lines available. 988 is the suicide hotline that is available for residents of Canada. If you're in Hamilton, the Barrett Center for Crisis Support is 24/7. And you can also take a look at Connex Ontario, which is 24/7 support, phone, text, emailing in. So reach out for support if you're needing around this time as well. I hope everybody has a safe and healthy holiday season. And let's welcome in the new year with change and positive intentions for self. That's all for now.